More supermarket beers. This time we're heading to Asda and we're trying this beer from Kirkstall Brewery based up in Leeds. But this isn't your normal sort of IPA or pale ale. This is a, get ready for it, it's a sour beer. It's a mango, passion fruit and vanilla sour beer. What's it going to be like? Can it compete with the likes of Vault City for the best sour beer? Who knows? Let's keep on watching and find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. As I said in the introduction, we're drinking this beer today. This is from Kirkstall Brewery. This was available at Asda for £3. And a bit strange because I've had a few from Kirkstall. Providence in Morrison's New England Pale Ale. I really like that beer actually. It's although I haven't had it for a while, I did really like this one. And I didn't even know that they did sours, but this is a deliciously refreshing sour beer brewed with mango, passion fruit and vanilla. 5.5% in a 440ml can. Kirkstall are a good brewery, you know, they're one of those sort of up and coming Leeds breweries. They're not quite the Norths or the Northern Monk, but that's what they're trying to vie to be like. So they're having a little go into the sours. Let's crack this beer open and see what it's like. I'm not quite sure what to expect from it. I mean, vanilla, mango, passion fruit. Certainly pouring it out, I wouldn't say that it looks especially it looks quite light. So I'm not quite sure how much of the vanilla in it. And to be honest, you know, you pour that out and you can say, yeah, it looks like a traditional sort of pale ale. Let's get some aroma. It smells like lager. I'm not picking up mango, I'm not picking up passion fruit, and I'm not picking up vanilla. I'm picking up a slight sourness. You can see there's a lot of carbonation there. You can see it sticking to the glass there. I'm not quite sure what to make of this one. Let's go in, shall we? Cheers, everyone. That's not bad. It's funny because it's quite fizzy, but at the same time, you can tell there's something like vanilla in there because the body feels a little bit more, it's not overly light. It's a bit of a strange one because it's got a medium body but high levels of carbonation. So it's got that fizziness, which is like a sour sort of fizziness that you get. It's not lip smacking sour. It's not at that level where you're sort of puckering up, as it were. And it's got this. It's very drinkable. Let me go in again. Yeah, it's mango. Yes, it's passion fruit. It's got a slightly creamy flavour. Almost like a bit of oranginess in there as well. But I always get that, you know, I think when you get mango and passion fruit in terms of flavours mashed together, you're going to get a bit of orange sort of flavour as well. And it's got a nice level of sourness, that salty sourness, like your Tang Fast sticks, like your fizzy cola bottles. And there's a little bit of substance in the body, you know, a little bit more than just it over, you know, a lot of sours, especially, I mean, excluding Vault City, but especially the sort of cheap sort of sours you get in supermarkets, sours that I've had in Beer 52 as well. They can be so light and fizzy that there's no substance or body, but this is different. Obviously, the introduction of vanilla, it makes it quite nice. It's a real nice fruity beer. It's very traditional in that sourness. You know, you taste it and you get, sometimes that sour flavour can overtake any sort of, whether it's a sour raspberry or a sour mango, you know, or, you know, more the tropical or more the sort of, you know, red fruits that we get quite a lot in the sour beers. You get that fizziness, you get that little fizzy cola bottle type of flavour. But then just when you think it's too fizzy, suddenly that body sort of, you know, hits the back of your mouth, and as it glides down your throat, you think there's a little bit more body to this than your normal sour. And that's obviously the vanilla in it. I mean, the likes of Vault City, they are very smooth. low levels of carbonation, and there's no vanilla in them. Not that I can. Well, the ones that I've had recently, it's like the raspberry and the tropical one from Sainsbury's. Not Sainsbury's, Tesco's. Not had that. This isn't too bad, actually. I can imagine in the summertime, you want something fruity, you like sour beer. This is pretty good. I think that vanilla just really makes it. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for, I don't even think I remembered saying the title. This is called a Gelato Tropicale. And it is a fruited ice cream sour. I think I even said that in the introduction. From Kirkstall Brewery, back up in Leeds. Not too bad at all. I'm glad that they've gone into these sort of different style because, you know, they do a lot of pales and IPAs. But this is an interesting sour beer. So first things first, aroma. Well, when I first sort of put this to my nose, I almost got a very sort of malty lager type of aroma. You get that sort of very obvious sour. You know when you put it to after a few seconds, you think, yep, I know this is going to be a sour beer. You get that sort of, that very sweet and sour sort of aroma that comes in. But you're not picking up much in terms of mango and the passion fruit. It just has a very sort of, almost like a malty lagery base. And that gives you a little bit cause for concern. So aroma-wise, I'm giving it a 10 out of 20. Appearance-wise, well, it's a nice hazy yellowy orange. Well, it's more orange than yellow. I'm quite surprised. Usually, a lot of these sours, the head sort of. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of head, but it's still there. A lot of sour beers literally go to the point where there's no whiteness at all on there. It's got a nice lace in the glass, so I think appearance-wise, I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Flavour. Well, unlike the aroma, you taste it and you get that sour taste. You think, yep, it's a sour. And you get a mango and you get a passion fruit. And there's quite a lot of fizziness about it. You know, I don't know whether that's just the sour fizziness, but there's definitely fizziness in terms of the carbonation. And then just when you get to the point where you think, oh, it's too fizzy, it just sort of, it calms right down. And when it goes down, starts to go down the back of your throat, it's got almost like a medium bodied sort of mouthfeel. And that's obviously the vanilla in it. And the vanilla, sometimes when you see beers with vanilla, you know, the ice cream IPAs and they've got added vanilla, lactose, whatever in them, sometimes it just does not work at all. But with this, it really works. I don't think it affects the flavour, but what it does do, it gives it a better body and it makes it more drinkable. Some sours, I think, can be really fizzy, and it's only the likes of Vault City. And I know I've mentioned them before, but for me, Vault City are the benchmark when it comes to sour beers. I don't know another brewery that does sour beers as good as them. I've had a few sour beers from various different breweries, and to me, you know, they're always striving to be like the Vault City because they get the mouthfeel just right. This one is closer to that than a lot of sour beers that I've had, and that should be commended. So flavour-wise, I'm giving it 32. It's not bad at all. It's refreshing, but smooth. And it's very drinkable. Yes, it's got that traditional sour that can overpower any sort of flavour because you get that sweet and sour taste. But it's just, the body's just that little bit more smoother from the vanilla. So 32 for flavour. Value for money. Well, this can of beer was £3 from, say, Asda. That's not bad. Sour beers, you know, I mean, we look at Vault City and they're great beers, but you're paying £6 or £7 for them from the, you know, direct from them for a smaller amount of actual beer. So I think I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 for value for this one. And my overall experience, well, I'm quite surprised. I'm starting to really get into sours. I've got a couple of sours from Vault City to come that I bought from Fuss Club, and I'm excited about them. You know, I'm starting to really get into these sort, especially as the summer comes in. You want something fruitier, more refreshing. The flavour of this is very similar to some of those sours that we've had before. when I was a Beer 52 subscriber, we used to have the odd sour in there, and you drink it and you go, yeah, it's not something I'd want to keep buying, And I don't know if I would buy this again, but I'm glad I've tried it. It's fruity, it's got that sourness, and it's got the vanilla that just smooths it out a little bit. So my overall experience, I'm giving it 14, because I think the sour beers we're getting closer to the Vault City. Don't get me wrong, we're still a way away from being a Vault City type of beer, but we're getting closer than some of those other beers that I've had. And I've had sour beers. I mean, there's a sour beer that I've had from a supermarket. I think it might even be a Siren, and I didn't rate that much. This is better. So overall experience, I'm giving it 14. So we top those scores up, we get 72. It's a recommended beer. Yes, I mean, if you like sour beers, I'd still pay double the amount to get a beer from Vault City, because they're so good. But this isn't bad. And as an introduction, it seems like there's a lot of these sort of new supermarket type of beers, recently had a West Coast IPA that I thought was a really good introduction to West Coast, to that style. And this is quite a good introduction to sour beers. So give this one a try. I don't know if anyone's had it before. Just give you another shot of the can artwork again here. If you've seen this, if you've drank it from Asda, let me know what you think. Can it compare? I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm a massive sour beer fan. I'm starting to get there. But if any one of you are out there that like sour beers, what do you think of this? Have you tried it before? How would you rate it? Should Kirkstall do some more, or should they stick to their pales and their IPAs? Let me know in the comments. And until the next one, 72, I'm going to slide this one in slow and easy. And until the next one, keep on rocking.